But it's good to see you guys. So I'll go over the build. I'll talk to you guys about what I'm doing. This has been super fun, super cool. Since the last time I played, I got into epics. I'm level 22. And I'll show you guys how I've sort of landed all of my abilities here. So 98 points spent. I have 18 points in the racial tree. I have 45 points in Enlightened Spirit. I have 32 points in Tainted Scholar, and then I have 3 points in the Feydark Illusionist, where I'm basically just getting my charisma to hit from there. I technically, I mean, I don't think I need that because it's not like I'm hitting a lot of stuff, so I could probably take like the illusory weapon for the extra bonus for that, or I could just take some spell points, or I could just take like get a little bit of damage from taking like the spellcraft buff, but I'm not really going to worry about that. The most important thing is getting at least 31 points over here. That gives us access to greater heroism, and then we get our death ward. This also buffs our pack damage. It gives us like a scroll boost, so when we go to scroll cast, we get 75% more. And it also gives us like one of the best CCs in the game, which is Bewitching Blast, right? So this is a great tree. All of our survivability comes from here, Enlightened Spirit. We're not in Celestial Spirit. We are staying undead. So we're using the Embrace Death. So we are literally running around as an undead. But we're using everything else in this tree. And we did take because I'm doing my Enchanter Minion Warlock build, my main build that I have posted on the forum. If you want to go there and check it out, it's linked under the Warlock forum. But so we buff the summons with this tree here. It just makes everything like related to summons better. And then over here, we have all the cores. We're doing our Dread Mist now. I was talking to people. You can stack the mist, so like you can do the SLA mist, and then you can do the level 1 mist, which is right here. So we could like throw both of them out. So there's that one, and then if I do that one, so like I can throw out 2 mists, and that gives me, you know, double the area that I can do like any of the effects that I have, or if I wanted to do, you know, this here, this Call on the Mists that does the death effect, right? The next thing I took over here is Manipulate the Mists. This is a no-brainer. This gives us an extra pack die. This is the undead stance here. We're getting +3 dodge. This is a no-brainer as well. Vampiric Blast is essential. This is a stance. This basically allows us to get an entire extra Eldritch Blast die and an entire extra pack die. This is super, super useful. If we go into our focused blast, we can actually get a heal when we do that, but that's not why we're in here. We're in here for the extra dice, and we can actually see that in real time. It's super worth it. So it's definitely worth using that and not using like Utter Dark Blast or something like that. So let's see spell casting. So there's the pack die. You can see it says 11 and 18. If I shut that off, you can see it goes down to 10 and 17. So like we absolutely want that because that's just more raw damage, right? The more dice we have, the better our damage. So like that's a no-brainer for us to use. And after testing other stuff, because I was thinking, well, if I use Utter Dark Blast, I can have all evil damage. It wasn't as good. This here, Fearsome Countenance, works really well. It could be because I am using enchantments, but like I also have like stunning bonuses. So like I'm hitting things with this. It's another CC. It works on everything except bosses. Super good. Dark Ascendant Bite, I just threw a point in that in case I bite something. I haven't been biting anything, but if I did, now I have the Dark Ascendant Bite. Crushing Dread is more damage, and it only costs 1 point to get. It costs 8 spell points. This has a 15-second cooldown. You can meta magic it. It's just basically more damage. And then Form of the Vampire Lord here. This is also something like, it's a no-brainer. It just gives us more spell DCs for enchantment, necro, and then more spell power. And it gives us 10 spell pen, which is really, really good. So you can see that's how I have the stuff. We have Shining Through in our blast, and being undead, you know, we can use our Death Aura to get healed. As an undead, we're immune to just about everything that could kill us, right? We're immune to Horrid Wilting. We're immune. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, we do take double damage from light, but there's just a lot of stuff in the game that is dealing like negative damage. So we end up getting healed. Like it's being undead is super cool. This is basically going to be my go-to for any future OG hardcore that they do. I probably would do a Dhampir Iconic just because the undead is so strong, and then being a Warlock is you know, like easy mode. The damage is still terrible, but it is pretty easy gameplay style because as an Enlightened Spirit you get a lot of survivability. And so the damage now that we're in Epics is getting better. In Heroic it was pretty bad, but you know, it's getting better as we go. And you can see like I just popped, I'm immune to whatever it just tried to do to me. And that's because I'm also undead like, you know, they are. So for my Destinies, we are in Primal Avatar. We go all the way up to Primal because we're doing the Minion Enchanter build. So we wind up, the main sort of like power for the Minion Enchanter comes from the Primal Ally that we get later on. Super, super cool, but there's a lot of really good stuff in here. Evergreen makes it so that we don't have to worry about mana. Shared Mantle makes it so that all of our hirelings also gain access to our mantle, and that's huge because our mantle is doing a ton of DPS. We get buffs to our enchantments there. We get at its core, which gives us a really good damage reduction in the sense that we get a bunch of temporary hit points. And then here we get natural shielding, which gives us like a buff to our hireling. So like this is a great tree. We love it. Over here for Unyielding Sentinel, this is basically purely defensive. We got energy resist. We get a bunch of other stuff here. Because I'm using a shield, once I get to tier 3, I will get knockdown immunity. As an undead, I don't have knockdown immunity. If I were Enlightened Spirit, like doing Celestial Spirit, I would have knockdown immunity because I'd be floating. But as an undead running around, I do not have knockdown immunity. So that's something that I wanted to think about. Later on, I will get it from Stand Against the Tide. But for right now, I'm getting my knockdown immunity from Serenity, which is allowing me, because this is one of the best mantles in the game if you haven't messed around with Serenity. It's unbelievable. There's just a lot of stuff in here, but one of the things it does, and you do not have to be centered to benefit from, is that it gives you immunity to knockdown. So I don't have to worry. I get like a stacking movement boost. I get the knockdown immunity. I don't take fall damage. Like there's just a whole bunch of stuff in here. And then also I get some spell resistance. I get some stun, which we're using this Fearsome Countenance, which is buffed by stun. So we're getting stun. I've got a bonus to my negative heal amp, right? Which is also good. This gives us a bonus to weapon damage if we swing our sword. That doesn't really matter for us. This here gives us deflection. Deflection is one of the best skills in the game. It'll keep you alive, especially if you do things in like R10. Super, super useful. This really doesn't matter for us because this is just offhand damage when we swing our sword. But Grandmaster of Flowers is a great tree. And so that's basically where we are for the epics. So we're running around. We're immune to everything as an undead. We're immune to knockdown. I have a shield in my hand for later. And you can see it's not super good, like as far as like PRR, MRR, but everything is pretty decent right now for level 22. Like our saving throws look decent, our spell resist looks decent, our fortification looks decent. Like everything looks okay. And while our damage is not very good, you know, our survivability is very cool because I can get my, you know, my hit points up over 2,000, right? Which I've got 2,400 hit points right now at level 22. So I mean, that's really, really good. That allows us basically to do R4 without much sweat. Like we really don't have to worry about that. So in heroic, I was doing R4, just solo R4. Later on, you know, if we joined a group, we could easily add to an R10 if you wanted to. So like this, you know, super cool. The only issue with R10 is our damage is so low. Like we would probably notice how long it would take to kill something. Much better to do my monk thrower in R10 because, you know, you're running around hitting things for like 150,000 damage. So in R10, you're still doing a ton of damage. So you can kill stuff pretty quick. So that dude has a chest somewhere, right? Huh. I wonder where his chest is. I suppose I could actually do a quest. Float on by, good to see you. They said they're going to be dropping some code on Friday for us. Did any of you guys hear about that? I guess like in the last live stream they did last Friday, they said there's going to be some code for this Friday. I'm not sure what that means, but the gist that I got was it was going to be like a you know, like a code that they gave out in the past that would allow people access to all of the general quests. I might be wrong though. I actually have no idea what they might be giving out. A lot of useful coupons though. We've got the 100 slots coupon. We've got all the different guild color coupons that are going to be active on the 15th. We've got the pet coupon that's going to be active on the 15th. I'll have all of those posted on the YouTube page once I upload this video. And I'm sure they'll have them posted too around in various discords and stuff like that. I was hoping that they were going to do Spooky Summer, but I don't think they will because they're probably just focusing on doing the, you know, the move. Yeah, I did. I talked about that at the beginning of the video that I just did for people who are doing the move but don't own the universal trees. You know, how it's important that you remove the points from it before you move your character. So in other words, you guys probably know this already, but we'll just go over in case somebody doesn't. So like I got all of these universal trees from buying the expansion. So I bought I bought the ultimate edition of Sharn and I got Inquisitive. So now I can just use Inquisitive because I bought it. But if I didn't buy it, the only way I could get Inquisitive is by going to Sharn and doing all the quests. It would unlock it through favor, and then I could actually start using it on that character, right? That's what there's a bug right now, that if you do not own a universal tree, if you unlocked it with favor. So let's say that I did not buy the Feywild expansion. I unlocked the Feydark Illusionist tree by going to... I just bought the basic quest. I went out there, did the quest, I unlocked the favor. Now I'm using Feydark, and I have 3 points in it. If I were to pack up this character, if that were true, and leave these points in, when I move the character on the new server, this character would be borked. I wouldn't be able to access it. That's the bug. So if you qualify, if you did not buy the expansions, if you don't own the tree, before you pack up, you want to reset this tree. Do not put points into it. Just blank it out and leave it unset. And then pack up your character and then move. And then on the new server, go out, do whatever, do Sharn, get access to Inquisitive, then put points back in the tree. Don't move with the points in the tree. That's really important, and obviously I guarantee people are going to do it anyway. Cordovan said that there is some sort of a fix that they're going to have for people who actually get caught by the bug, but you know, put it out there to tell people about. So like, I posted about it in my Discord. I'm pretty sure Axel posted about it in his Discord. I just made a video on like tips for moving, and it's the first thing I talk about. I just talked about it again with you guys. Like, so the more people who know about it, we just want to make sure that, you know, people don't get caught by that. And that's a bug that they know about, right? There may be a situation where there's bugs that they don't know about, right? With the pack command, the transfer pack command that we have. We don't know yet. I'm sure, I just have a spidey sense that we're probably going to have issues with things here and there, but you never know. Like I said before, the Lotro move, even though maybe during that month of the move there were issues here and there, the end result was that everything worked. My account was moved 100%. Everything was great. So I think it's important to keep it like, you know, a frame of reference, to be patient. That was one of the things that I noticed during the Lotro move. My character was sort of in limbo. My guild was my founder's guild, the guild that I made the day the server opened back in whatever it was, 2006, or Lotro, I think it was maybe 2007. So I was worried that I was going to lose it because I couldn't access it for like, I think it was about 10 days. But the end result, everything worked fine. So there were no issues at all. But it was frustrating. So that what I learned is I just need to be patient. So it's one of the things, like I'm saying, like when I go to pack up this Sarlona and my main, this main here, it's, you know, I'm going to be really nervous because this is my entire, aside from hardcore, right? This is what I've done in DDO. Like pretty much everything has been on this character. So it's going to be a little stressful for those days that she's in limbo with the guild, even though the Cormyr guild is bigger. You know, this guild is older. Like this guild, I've had this guild for a long time, right? So but I think the move is definitely like a good thing. I get load screen crashes on Sarlona. The bank takes an hour. I don't notice any of that stuff on Cormyr. So like, I think it's just going to be overall way better for us as a game experience on these new servers. It's like, I'm excited about it. It's the initial move though is sort of like, I'm nervous about it. I am. But I mean, you know, that's just because I tend to be nervous about stuff like that. Try to stay chill. Try not to, you know, like go to the forum and freak out if suddenly, you know, I can't access my main the day after I try to move it. Like I said, patience, because I think it's gonna, you know, I think everything's gonna move well, but like if the first few days we've got like 5,000 people initiating 5,000 transfers, I have a feeling everything is just gonna get bogged down and go really slow. So it's just gonna be important to try to not do it all in one day. I'm enjoying this this Dark Bargainer though. I think it's cool. I'm enjoying it a lot more than I did the Wild Magic Sorcerer. Yeah, I did have fun on the Wild Magic Sorcerer, but I got really stressed out with the Wild Magic. So this has been a lot like closer to what I normally play, right? So, and I think that this is a really good Warlock pact. Like, I think it's super cool. It's so cool that I kind of want them to add the Dark Bargainer to just like the normal Warlock pact list. So just let anybody who makes a Warlock be able to make a Dark Bargainer. I think that would be really cool. Obviously, they'd have to call it something else, right? Because the Dark Bargainer is the iconic, but like it could be something, you know, similar. I think that would be great. I think it would be a really good time for them too, and I asked them to do this, they didn't do it, to update the undead pack that we already have, because, you know, that one is really sort of malfunctioning. Like, it doesn't really work as good as the others. And that's largely because of the spells. I think the other thing they could do to fix Warlock issues in general would be to allow us to, you know, like, allow us to select the spells from a list. Don't limit us to just one spell, but give us like a selection of a few spells that we can pick from. Kind of like what they did in Baldur's Gate, if you played Baldur's Gate. Get to pick, you know, specific spell that you want to use. I'll show you this fearsome countenance. It works really well. I'll do it on that Arcanist there. See, I just did it on him. He's coward now. So basically, I'm pretty sure when they're coward, they're considered helpless, right? So they would take any extra damage that you have. I might be wrong about that, but it's a really good CC. It's been hitting, hits just about everything. It works on Reapers. So I think it'll be good for people to use in like high skull Reapers. If you can get your stunning bonuses up and your enchantment bonus. I didn't realize how far, like, I still need almost 1,000 kills out here. I thought I was a lot closer to getting this bump. I did, just to refresh if you guys forgot, or maybe if you didn't know, when I did the bargain, the gift that I selected was Web Touched Wretch. And I gotta say, I absolutely love this. I think it's so cool. It procs all the time. And then the slow that it puts on me, I don't even notice it. So like of all these different things in here, we're just constantly like webbing stuff with this weird sort of there. So we just got that that dude right there with it. So like procs all the time, and then the debuff on us really isn't that bad. So I think it's one of the better ones. I tried to give each one of them like a fair shake when I read them, but this was the one that I thought sounded the most interesting, and it has proven to be like a lot of fun to play. So I think it's a really good selection if you were going to try a Damp Hair Dark Bargainer Life. I can recommend the Web Touched Wretch. Have you guys seen Superman? Haven't seen it yet. I want to. Oh, and then the other like points I have just shy of having 100, but I did spend most of my points here. And what'll happen later is I'll remove points from here and like fill these top bars in over here when we level up. And we should still be able to do R4 pretty easily.
Novice, stay near me.
Since we're undead, I don't need Death Ward, so... we don't have to worry about being knocked down, but we do take a lot of damage from these champs, right? So...
Their souls are cleansed. However, there may be more of them. We must press on.
But this is where we will actually start to feel like our damage is low.
You go the other way and do the same.
Because of the Reaper debuff, right? Still, super cool. I mean, I don't even think like R4 is that hard anymore, right? Because it seems like a lot of people are doing, a lot of people have been doing like R10s, I've noticed recently. So it seems like they are positioned with the need to give us a higher difficulty. I'm gonna try to hit these things with the death effect. Oh, I got a bunch of them. Yeah, that was cool. That's the Call on the Mists. Apparently my enchantment is not high enough to get the Reapers, but we just hit him with the web. It's probably my gear. I'm still using heroic gear. And we were able to get him. Oh, might as well loot that. Kind of like, do I really even want to loot anything because we're moving? Do I want to add more junk to my bank? But then I think it's crazy talk to not loot, right? See if that mez works on her. No, she's immune. So I'm not just relying on my undead healing, I'm also doing cocoon and renewal. And since we need extra damage on her, I'm gonna hit her with the crushing dread. That will give us a bunch of extra damage. I could also do that arcane tempest, that'll help. So we have a lot of like AoE damage on this build, it's really good. But I mean, you know, it's still low, but I mean, it's good. As far as warlocks go, it's good. This here, I'm just gonna basically tumble through it. I got hit anyway. But this one here, I'm probably just gonna jump it. I'll probably get hit, so might as well do the aura, just so I get healed. Yeah, I got hit twice. And we're undead though, so we don't really need to worry about much. It is really cool though, being an undead warlock. Hey, I got that Reaper. So this dude is immune to that. He counts as a boss as well. I really don't like boss immunities. I think that they should get rid of them all, except for like the raid bosses. This feels easy. If it weren't for the Vengeance Reapers, we could probably handle, like, R6. It's just those Vengeance Reapers make it such a different, like, gameplay style. You know, like, you have to worry about managing where they die and stuff. Not that it's impossible. We can easily do it. It's just, like, it just changes it from being, like, casually not even thinking to kind of need to pay attention to them. Like, this has been really sort of easy, right? So... that's good. I guess the moral of the story is the past lives all pay off because then you can just run like Reapers on your own, not worrying about it.
Give yourselves, my children. Give to the glory of our cause.
I wonder if this will kill
Let my minions kill this filth.
these skeletons. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it on them just to see if it works on undead. Oh, it does. So that's really cool. So it's basically just like a like a disintegrate effect. We'll hit this guy with all our extra damage. Can I bite him? Let's see if I can bite him. I did. This is where Warlocks are terrible. Killing bosses. Alright, there we go. Okay. Mana management will get a lot better once I get up the Primal Avatar tree. I'm not really tanky, but I guess I can shield block this dude. $130. Oh, I'm plat capped. I forgot. Lame. I hate leaving that money behind. Even though it's only 2,000 gold. I just think it's such a weird, like they need to make that, they need to change it and give us a different, they need to make that number a lot bigger. It's not enough. Like plat in this game, it's so easy to get 4 million plat. gonna try to insta-kill these. Oh, nice. She had death block on, so she didn't get hit with it. But. Yeah, one thing I love about the Grandmaster of Flowers is that we move so fast. It's so great. I still really like this outfit too. I think it's cool. I really like the backpack. Alright, let's see if we can insta-kill these Reavers. I got one of them. Can we finger one? Yes. Yeah, nice that they fixed the damage on that mist. So it's like another tick of our aura. It's really good. Alright, this room can be kind of insane, so don't really need to worry about the Reaper. Oh, I got them all. How about that? That was really, really good. That was a hell of a hold monster that I just did. They all have Death Ward, right? Best spell in the game, Eve Arts. Not even close, right? See if I can hold these. Ah, a couple of them. The Hirzus are so annoying. Oh, we did get a Reaper. That's great. Okay, we want to go this way, right? Will they all run to me? Kinda. I'm gonna hit these dudes with that. Oh, actually. No need. This is definitely what I'm doing for the next hardcore. I think we'll see a lot of people playing Dampiers for hardcore. Just because they're so, like, having an undead is so strong. I mean, think about it. You could do an undead paladin like that. That would be super crazy strong. You'd basically be immune to everything. Try to get these spiders. Ah, I got a bunch of them. Yeah. It's another good hold monster. And we got the Reaper, so that's cool. I don't need that optional chest. Not killing it fast enough. Oh, she's standing in the lava. How helpful. Thanks for making it easy. All right, here we go. God, the champions are so much tougher than the regular ones. Really cool I'm able to get through their spell resistance. Like, that's super helpful. We get a bunch of spell pen from our that vampiric blast, so okay, probably should use this now. Yeah, we were able to like get through their spell resistance too. That was pretty good. That's really good. Wow. It's usually hard to get them. Alright, now these dudes, I can't CC these people at all, so I just have to DPS them. We have almost 3,000 in hit points, right? So, like, we should be okay. Oh, he's doing a ton of damage to me, though. Let's make sure. Do I have my aura still? No, it's... So that drow is hitting us with negative energy, so she's actually healing us, so that'll help. That Hairzu is so annoying. Alright, there we go. We really don't need to worry about this drow because, like I said, she's doing a lot of negative on us, which is healing us. So. $50,000 hit points takes a long time on a Warlock, man. There she goes. We did it. Yeah, I just don't have the, I could double stack the mist, so I could use my level 1, and then I could use the SLA. I'm just using the SLA, but if I really wanted to maximize, like, the Call on the Mist death effect, I could double stack them, like, throw out 2 of them, and then try to get a whole bunch of people in them, but... I'm just not in the mood to try that hard, right? I'm going AFK a sec. I'm gonna refresh my tea, stretch. Hope you guys are having a good afternoon, or early evening, or evening, wherever you are.
Adventure calls far and wide, monsters and dragons, lost piles of gold. Where are they hid? In long lost cities and sunken ruins. If can find treasure, I will try. dragons. I will stay with my party until I die. Let's play Dungeons and Dragons. I forget how to live in the real world. I forget how to live without rolling the die. And my dice have 20 sides. And I heard there's a dungeon nearby. Let's go find a dragon and make it fly. If can find treasure, I will try. Let's play Dungeons and Dragons. I will stay with my party until I die. Let's play Dungeons and Dragons. Mary Halo, Mariola, Mary Halo, Mary la la la, Mary Halo, Mariola, la la la. If can find treasure, I will try. Let's play Dungeons and Dragons. I will stay with my party until I die. Let's play Dungeons and Dragons.